So I am back. I'm talking about the Detroit Lions again. Went to the member summit, and God, it's great. It was really great. Listening to Rodwood and Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, and talk about what's going on, and answered a lot of people's questions. And I think they handled everything really well. They have a good Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia have a very good symbiotic relationship. It's kind of funny because last year when Matt Patricia came aboard, Bob Quinn seemed so happy that he was there, and it kind of reminded me of the movie of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where like Angelina and Jolie and Brad Pitt are like back to back, and they have guns, and they're in this not that you guys would have guns, but they're in this warehouse or something like that. These bad guys are going after them, and they know that this other person's at my back, and we're shooting up all the bad guys, and I know that they're at my back, and we're going to get out of here alive. And that was kind of like the premise of that part of the movie. And that's really what it felt like when Matt Patricia came aboard. It felt like that, okay, I have a plan, and I felt like Bob Quinn has always had like this plan for success for the Lions. And instead of being kind of tossed into the Lions' universal energy, I have always felt like he has kind of made his own energy. Like he has, instead of him saying, okay, I'm going to get tossed into this, he said, no. You guys are coming over here to me. And I was really digging that because I've been a fan for a lot of years, and it really felt different. It felt really good. It felt really light. And I know sometimes like change is painful, and I know we didn't really have the season that we wanted. And I can see Bob Quinn sitting in his office, shaking his head, like super frustrated, trying to figure out like why we had it all on paper. We had it. It was right there. I mean, it looked good. We had put some pieces of the puzzle together. There was really no reason to not win like we should have won, how we should have won. And the frustration was really kind of palatable. And so to a certain point, there is something over there at Allen Park. I don't think it's a player. Everyone talks about a curse. I don't think it's a player. I do think that there is some things energetically going on over there. That's like a whole other video, but we're not even going to discuss that. But the reality is that I think if you're sitting in your office late at night, you're like, I just don't understand why this isn't working out. It almost feels like things are against me. Well, maybe something's against you. But that doesn't mean that you can't be greater than the space of it. It doesn't mean that you can't beat it. And it doesn't mean that you can't rise above it. And that's the thing. You can rise above it. And, now that obviously the Patriots won the Super Bowl, and on September 23rd, 2018, you knew this was coming. I'm almost positive it's 23rd. The Detroit Lions beat the Patriots, and we beat them handily. And one of the reasons is that Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn were not gonna let them win. That space of winning energy that they had for that game, I remember leading up to it. It felt so good. That game felt so good and so light to me that on Twitter, and people that follow me would know, that I was like, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. Everyone's like, stop talking like that. Cool. No, you know what? We're gonna win, because you could feel it. It was so palatable that you could feel it. And I even think that like the team and the coaches were like, we gotta win this, man. We cannot not win it. And they didn't just win it, they won it well. And so what it tells me is, You can beat anybody. You can do anything. There's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. And I mean, people will say, oh, well, they need to have this person or that person. That's not true. That is completely, that's a false narrative right there. There are so few people in the NFL, and their talents are so great that if you have, you have the right coaching and you take somebody and you make them the space of what you want them to be, that there's nothing that they can't do. And I truly, totally believe that. Energetically, like I said, that whole game, and I was actually there for it, and wow. It was like electric. And that premise, people say, well, we don't want to become the Patriot way. And right, okay, that's fine. You don't have to be the Patriot way. How about this? How about we become beating the Patriot way? How about we become that instead? Instead of, everyone says, oh, well, they came from the Patriots and we're pulling this person from the Patriots. Well, you know what? Let's be the energy of beating the Patriots. Let's take that moment in time and take it and use that for each and every game. I do kind of feel like they skipped over a couple of games because they were so laser focused on, that's just my 2 cents and it means nothing. But I do feel like they were so focused on a couple of the tougher teams that I feel like we kind of, I would just say this. I think that whatever you did for that game, that's the mindset, that's the energy, space, and consciousness, and that's the winning energy that needs to go into every single game. And I know you guys already know that. But it was so tremendous, and it was so beautiful, and it felt so light and felt so good. And I do think that, and it kind of rose above the chatter of the media, of the chatter of the fans that said, no, you're never going to be able to do it. Those two, Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, rose above the loudness of all the negativity, and that is huge. That was huge, and that's what you need to do, and you can do it, and you were on that frequency match, and your frequency match together overrode everything else. And there's no reason, and I would tell everybody that follows Detroit Lions, there's no reason why they can't do that every game. There's absolutely none. I truly believe that. And for those that will sit there and, it's like, I'm going to put this on Twitter and maybe want to give me a hard time, you go right ahead. Because you know what it is? I don't receive any of this. And if I'm the players and if I'm the coaches and I'm whatever of the organization, I wouldn't receive any of that shit either. Don't listen to it. Don't take it on. I think sometimes you get the projections, especially now with social media, you get the projections of people's negativity, and it almost kind of like covers you up. That darkness, that heaviness, it kind of covers you up. And you know what? You need to pull all that crap off of you. Take it in, pull it in, and get rid of it. Because it's not yours, it's theirs. It has nothing to do with you. And I don't know, I always talk about football, so you have to forgive me. So, like I said, that is a good way of taking something that is not yours, and when fans and negativity of other teams, of the media, we're like the redheaded stepchild on NFL, even if you listen to NFL Network, we might as well be. And that's okay, because you cannot receive any of that stuff. It means nothing. And it has to mean nothing to the team, and it has to mean nothing to the organization. And honestly and true, even the fans need to pull that and stop with the negativity and say, okay, we got this. We got it. And you got it. And if you don't like my video, I'll just receive it. It doesn't mean anything to me too. I cracked myself up. Okay, so that was just my thoughts. And for Bob, if you're sitting in your office and you're kind of like, what's my next step? You've got this too. You can do it. You can do anything, and you're gonna find your winning energy, and you're gonna find your what's that word I'm looking for here? I'm always at a loss of words. You'll find it. You'll find what you're looking for. Just have faith. All right. Bye, One Pride.